The Wisconsin men's hockey team on the road again this weekend to take on 6th-ranked Michigan, which is coming off a home sweep of Penn State. The Badgers just lost a pair at Notre Dame. We'll hear from head coach Tony Granato coming up. And the Wisconsin women get to skate at the Kohl Center on Friday night. We'll hear from Mark Johnson as well. I'm Brian Posick, and this is the Badger Hockey Digest.
You'll hear things like, you're gonna need to see a specialist.
That what you have is serious, like really serious.
And then you meet them, your medical team.
With research and clinical trials and new treatments.
With better procedures that lead to better results.
Then it hits you, you're gonna be okay.
UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
Dear Winter, we're coming. Our squad of vehicles, with all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive, is ready to take you on. Safety's the name of our game. Bundle up. Toyota.
Get 3.99% APR for 48 months on a new Toyota Corolla, Camry, RAV4, Highlander, or Tacoma. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Well, Tony, I know a tough weekend in South Bend. Notre Dame took advantage of their power play, scored 5 times on the power play and beat you twice. And I know when there are a lot of penalties being called, it can kind of throw you out of sync a little bit, but you give credit to Notre Dame and then you try to learn from your mistakes and move on, right?
Yeah, I mean, they did. I mean, we've spent, especially Saturday's game, we were in the box for 20 minutes. That's a third of the game. It's one period. And you talk about the flow of the game, so your guys that are power play guys and offensive guys that aren't on the PK, it takes the flow away from them, but it also puts a ton of stress on your penalty killing unit. And our PKers have been good the last 2 months, but when you ask them to do that much, especially Dominic Mersch was out of the lineup with his injury, it's asking a lot of them. And obviously they took advantage of it. 5-on-5 and even strength play the last 2 weekends, we've been really solid. You've given up 1 goal against Ohio State, you give up 1 goal against Notre Dame, 5-on-5, and you win 1 game out of those 4 games. So the math is pretty easy. Stay out of the box, play better, disciplined and more conservative as far as making sure you're not putting yourself in a position to take those penalties, and then it'll give you a much better chance to win. So that would be the I guess easy way of evaluating the weekend, because again, there's been lots of good things, but lots of good things that don't have to win don't mean anything. And this is a big weekend for us going into Michigan. They're obviously an elite team skill-wise and playing extremely well right now. But it gives us an opportunity to say if we're going to win, we got to do a checklist of things before the game, saying if we commit to these, we'll put ourselves in a position to win. And that's what we're looking to do this weekend.
Consistency sometimes is tough to corral, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure it is. For sure consistency is. But the little things in our game, that have affected us in the last 2 weeks, for sure, the penalty situation on both the Notre Dame games got a little bit crazy on how the games were being called. So it was hard for us and our players to really digest, what was going to be a penalty and what wasn't. And again, it's not an excuse. It's just the way the game was played. Notre Dame took advantage of it. We didn't. We had our power plays. We got a power play goal in each game. It wasn't enough for us to counter the 3 that they got one night and the 2 the other night. But again, we still have games to play. They're meaningful games. Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Penn State, Wisconsin, Michigan State, Wisconsin. The next 4 weekends are Big Ten hockey. And we got to get excited about having the chance to go out and play the right way, set ourselves up for playoffs. Last year, playoffs, we came up a little bit short in a 3-game series against Notre Dame that we very easily could have won. This year, we got to build our game up to be ready for that opportunity and go in somewhere and have a good weekend.
Sure. After the Michigan series, Wisconsin does return to the Kohl Center to play the Minnesota Golden Gophers February 10th and 11th. This Friday night, the Wisconsin women's hockey team gets to play here inside the Kohl Center. Let's hear from Badgers head coach Mark Johnson. Well, it's February. This is the fun time of the hockey season. Wisconsin women's hockey coach Mark Johnson joins us, and I know after a few bumps in the road, your club's won 4 in a row. Do you like how you're playing right now?
I really do. The last couple weekends, I think our minds have been, freed up a little bit. And I've always said if there's not a lot of things going on in your mind, you're generally going to play your better hockey. And we've been able to do that, especially the second half of the weekend against Mankato State. And then this weekend we carried that over. And so, yeah, I would answer your question. We're playing pretty good right now.
Yeah, and you've got a special event coming up on Friday. St. Cloud State is in town for a 2-game series. And they'll play the opener right here inside the Kohl Center, trying to break the NCAA attendance record that Wisconsin set back in 2017 when there were a sellout crowd of 15,359 here. This is the 7th time you've done this. This is a special event for your players specifically, but the fans as well.
It is, and it's been a great relationship the last 15 or 20 years with our fans and our players and the teams that we've been able to put together over that period of time. And I just give a lot of credit to our fans. They've come out, they've supported us. We have had a lot of record sellouts at Laban. Every 3, 4, 5 years we get an opportunity to try fill the Kohl Center, and each time we've done it, the attendance has gone up. As you mentioned, the last one we sold it out, and I know our players, when they come on the ice, they're not used to that, and as they come out and all the fanfare, and now with the Jumbotron in place, it'll be an exciting, and I'm sure they're going to be nervous, but again, you got to take all that white noise, eliminate when they drop the puck. The most important thing is what's happened in between the boards, and I'm excited to watch our team play. I'm excited for the fans to come out and continue to support our program. So it'll be a great night, and I think everybody was smiling and enjoying it.
Yeah, and the last time you played here in 2020, played Ohio State, and you went to overtime. Britta Curl won it in OT. It was a thrilling night. Probably more so for the players than the head coach.
Oh, it is. It's nerve-wracking. I mean, if you can tell me we're going to go into overtime and we're going to win, I'll say, okay, I'll maybe take that, because there's nothing better than somebody scoring an overtime goal and your team winning. And so it was an exciting finish, and Britt is one of the few players that has played in Phil the Kohl, and I'm sure she'll be excited, and hopefully she'll be able to pot a few goals for us and get us to the end, and hopefully we're victorious. But the end of the evening, everybody should be able to smile and enjoy the evening, because it's going to be very special.
And this is crunch time, so the games this weekend against St. Cloud are important. Then you go to Minnesota, then you host Ohio State to wrap up the regular season, then the playoffs begin. So now's the time to play well.
Yeah, it really is. You really dialed in. You experience 28 or 30 games in your schedule, and you're getting yourself and the team ready for the playoffs. And with only 6 games to go, it's crunch time, and so your focus, your attention to detail has to be in place, because there's really little room for error at this time of the season, whether it's a positioning in the standings or whether it's a playoff game, which is going to happen in a few weeks. You don't want any hiccups right now, because if you have one at the wrong time, then you have to wait till next September to play another game, and that's a long period of time.
That is. Thanks for your time. Good luck. Have fun this weekend.
Thank you.
What a great experience it is for these young women to play in front of, who knows, 10,000, maybe 15,000 fans. It's
15.
Always, it would be nice if it's 15.
Yeah.
$2 tickets, folks, at uwbadgers.com. Come out and support this club.
It's going to be outstanding. I think the women's game continues to get better and better. It's an exciting brand of hockey. Obviously, Mark Johnson, what the women have done here is exceptional. With the year after year after year, either winning national championships or competing for national championships. The product is fantastic, and the excitement at a college event in front of hopefully 15,000 fans will be great for everybody.
That'd be great. Hey, good luck this weekend in Ann Arbor.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Bri.
That's Badgers head coach Tony Granato. The Wisconsin women again Friday night, 7 o'clock at the Kohl Center, and then Saturday at 3 o'clock at Laban Arena, while the Badgers head to Yost Arena to play the Wolverines Friday and Saturday night at 6 o'clock, both games on the radio, the Badgers Sports Network. For Tony Granato, Stephanie Olson, and Jay Williams, I'm Brian Posick. Thanks for watching the Badger Hockey Digest.
This has been a presentation from Learfield,